As I told you earlier, two topics will be given to you for discussion. I'll give you two topics and you have to select one. Okay. Now, first topic. In your opinion, which sector is most important in assisting India to become superpower? I repeat, which factor is most important in assisting India to become superpower? First, is it that we should exploit the geographical location of the country, or should we improve security, or should we enlarge or improve our economy? Clear about the topic? Second topic. Now, you must have seen that artificial intelligence is the most common discussion nowadays. So, what do you think? In your opinion, artificial intelligence is exploiting which sector most? Is it education, it is healthcare, or it is construction? Clear about the topic? You can decide on which topic you want to speak.
I think artificial intelligence topic should be discussed because it is the modern topic and artificial intelligence, machine learning is the growing topic. So I think we should discuss this. First topic.
Okay, how many want to go for the first topic? Just raise your hand. Okay, majority is for the first topic. You can repeat the topic. Which factor is most important in assisting India to become superpower? Exploiting geographical location advantage, or improving security, or enlarging country's economy. Clear about the topic? You can start your discussion.
Gentlemen, I think that enlarging country's economy is the best thing because we have seen that like India has started this agenda nowadays only, but if we look into history, we have seen countries like UK, US, which have focused on their economy earlier, like in the age of industrialization, if we have seen that they were focusing on industries which were moving their economy ultimately, and thereafter they have focused on like security and other factors. They all are secondary. If the country have money in hand, they can do anything, I guess.
I agree with Customer saying that economy is the major factor of any superpower.
7.1% from among the G7 countries, and it also helps in growing India in further.
Not only modern time, we can see that
India among the largest
Earthshot, he mentioned that the economy is the main source of the political relation between any two states. If a state is economically strong, then it will definitely the politically strong, and the more strong nation will dominate the world. US is the largest US is the powerful economy. China is the largest economy, growing economy, and India is also becoming the fifth largest economy of the world. And very soon it will become the third economy. So economy is the main source of the becoming superpower in the modern world.
Point of view number 5, economy is another aspect, but security is also the main aspect. As we all know, in recent newspaper, we also read the news that India is going to develop its third aircraft carrier, and also China have more aircraft carriers than us. So security is also the important part of life, because a part of economy of country, because security, as we are buying the machineries from other countries. We are not installing them in our country. So it is also the important part. The security.
So I think we cannot just focus on economy and just let China to increase its influence in Indian Ocean. Instead, we should use the advantage of our geographical location, as we are in India is located in heart of Indian Ocean, and China is increasing its influence in Indian Ocean. So we should also focus to take advantage of our geographical locations.
Like just number 17, that he mentioned that security is the main thing. But if we look into statistics, that if a country has a good GDP, so it can promote more security, or it can give more share to its defense. So ultimately, the defense can be boosted.
I want to add one point in touch number 17 point that the military security is the main issue, but economy, security and economy both can mutually define the economy, because AK-47 is the initially only manufactured in the Russia, but recently AK-51 with Russia's support, India is establishing a manufacturing plant in Amethi that will enhance the security as well as the economic power of the nation.
But I agree with you. I want to give one more point, that we also know the recent example, North Korea. They don't have good economy, but they have the good weapons, the good machineries. So they are superpower. No country can defeat with them.
No, North Korea is not a superpower.
It is lack of leadership. We have seen that he is not a reliable man, and with his, like, if you ask to his countrymen, they all are living in miseries because the country's economy is not very good. The people over there do not have food to eat, and electricity supply is not proper, and the water supply, everything is just messed up over there. But the security is only good. So
Since
I
a
don't
long-
think that it is doing anything in the. It is not a superpower.
But gentlemen, partially agree with the chess number 15 that in recent days, in now futures, if we see the future, but no one talks about the economy. But India is growing gradually, developing.
I
nation.
agree
But-
with you,
but- gentlemen, listen, complete my point. But as India is surrounded by many enemy nations, so as from that side China is there, from that side Pakistan is there. So being economically is also important, but security is also important for India.
Yes, security
I
is
agree
important,
with
but
just number
as we see-
17, as we know that Europe GDP is good and the per capita income of European people are good, but they are relying on USA for their security purposes because they did not focus on their security and did not took the advantages of their geographical locations.
I agree with
So
test
I
number
think
4, but as we
in-
see since a long time, America and Russia are the two major superpowers. America is not covering with the any threat with the neighboring countries, but since America is a very good economic condition, he is the largest exporter of the weapons and arms in the world because America boasts its economy and America since a very long time is an economical superpower. It is the reason that America is from its independence, 70s, 80s.
Reason why it is superpower and its dominance on the world is because its focus on security also and its focus on security also. And for India, we have a great location and great geographical location, so we can take out advantages from it.
Yeah, enhancing security can lead to become a superpower, but we should also boost our economy to get into that.
Yes, I agree with the point that wonderful point that we can also enhance the economy by if we have good weaponry, we can sell the weaponry to other countries, and also it also enhances the hegemony in other countries at Indian Ocean, South China Sea. Because China having a good military power, they can counter the whole country, they can counter the small countries there.
I would like to
As
give
you
a
said,
good
but it
example of Germany that we have seen that in like World War II, after World War I, Germany was under so many sanctions by the West, but later on it fought back. The main step of Hitler was that first to boost the economy as he launched many schemes. We have seen that in that era only Volkswagen, the car company which is the biggest car company in today's date, was germinated over that time only. So I think that first focusing on GDP or focusing on economy has to be done. Thereafter, you can increase the share of defense sector more and more. That would also enhance the security.
Economy is a major role for earlier mentioned about the North Korea, which is becoming a superpower. So the country was taking them from other countries or banks and making the weapons, so they can invest into their economy.
It depends on budget, and as we know that the agriculture is the backbone of the economy. So we are focused to make most of the machineries for helping in the farming, and also we are focusing on the infrastructure with the collaborate with the foreign countries. So it already boost up the economy also. So that's why.
I agree with just
One more example I want to give that economy. One more example I want to give that economy boosts the chances of the India becoming a superpower. That we saw that in the whole world transaction was done only in the American dollar. But nowadays with some countries like Sri Lanka and UAE and some other countries, India starts the UPI service, which the transaction will be in the Indian currency. So it will also boost the chances of the India becoming a superpower first in the South Asia, then Asia, and then hopefully it will become the globally superpower.
I would like to add an example how can geographical locations play a major role in case of a conflict. Let's say India and China got in conflict, and we have very strategic locations like Andaman and Nicobar Islands. We can choke the China's route of trade and for oil, and no economy can save China. If we can take advantages, and it can play very major roles in,
I would like
major conflicts.
I would like to point out chess number 16's point that he mentioned that countries like North Korea, and we can also see that there are many countries in Africa also, Central Africa, which have ammunitions or weapons, but they do not have economy to rule them. So they are basically taking debt from other countries to enhance their weapon or their security system. If they would have focused on their economy first,
Yes, I agree with just number 15 that enhancing security and maintaining security.
Nations will also listen to the voice that you can make on the global stage also.
Yes, enhancing the security and maintaining the arms and weapons of any country, the economy requires a major role, because if one develops an aircraft carrier, then it should maintained, it should be prepared, it should be loaded with arms and weapons, and so all the arms and weapons are India's now currently India is in the importing stage.
Yes,
So
agree
economy
with
is
point
the
of five.
economy is the major role to import the weapons and arms and ammunition to enhance the security.
Yes, as we see the India's today condition, we are gradually developing our nation as we become the fifth largest economy, and also after some time we will become the first in economy. So economy is on their way, on a good way, but as another part, security is also part. As because of the security, we can counter many.
But if
more
a
enemies.
country is
We know
economically
the-
strong, then it is able to secure himself. And just like India is an emerging country in economy, so it is now developing the aerial radars in India also, and also some aircrafts are also made in India.
We already are
getting
getting
your
in the
point that
field
that security plays a major role, as you mentioned that nowadays India's economy is also booming, so its defense sector is also booming. So it is contemporary. If your economy is good, your security will always be good. Like we have seen an example of USA, UK, as I earlier also mentioned.
But
And the
Europe is
China already
depending on
mentioned
USA
about
for
the
their
dropping
security
of the
purposes. They
missiles
cannot
and
defend
the
themselves from
weapons
So their
Russia.
economic conditions are not
That Europe economic condition are
European countries.
No, European countries' economic conditions are good, but they are not focusing. But they have well prepared.
because they did not focus on their security
I do
and
agree
their
that they do
geographical
not
advantages.
have focus,
We
but they
already are lagging in our in this field, as we can see the China is creating strategical belt and roads like CPEC and from Myanmar Economic Corridor and various ports, because we are not focusing on this field and we are not taking advantages of our geographical locations. We are taking behind to become a superpower, and China is taking that advantage.
Just
Yes.
before you ultimately said that they are booming economy only by geographical locations, as you mentioned that BRI and CPEC, they just are aiming to boom the economy of the countries only.
Yes,
So
Yes,
what-
and
I think gentlemen, we can also
warheads and
about the
arms and ammunition. Different economy is necessary to maintain the different warheads and arms and ammunition also.
I think
Adding
that
point
point
to
is
chest number 7, as we see recent news from the SIPRI, the statistics in there are the countries which are topping the India in the list. Those countries are great economies, and with the great economies, they have also very good arm strength and warheads.
I want to add some point that if we took the example of 1962 Sino-Indian War, everyone knows the result. But the result of the Sino-Indian War was not in the lacking of security of the India, but it was the lacking in the infrastructure and the facilities that was provided to the army. That was the reason behind the result of the war. Since after that, India exponentially increased the budget of the defense sector, and which increases the security as well as the economy of the nation.
Yes, gentlemen, we can also take one more example. We can also take one more example that US and Russia both are enemies by their relations. But if we see Russia has good economy, then US has good economy than Russia. But Russia fears, but US also fears to attack on Russia because they have good weaponry, they have good security challenges. So that's what the security of a country matters.
But it was the economy that
also help to
Economy also influence more nations as compared to the security reasons also.
if we see the Ukraine-Russia war, entire West country was against the Russia, but it was only Russia's economy that Russia maintains its survival in the war since a very long time, because European Union, NATO countries, and America all are against the Russia, all made the sanctions on the Russia, but it was its crude oil business and the economy that Russia is still standing in the war, and it's surviving the nation.
Why
We
the
have to focus on the good trade with the other countries and all the as well as foreign policy which should we have to put. And in the export and imports, as we know that our Indian currency is not going on good with the other countries. If the Indian currency will will also boost the economy. If our trade will export and import, if we did in Indian currency.
I think we know that Russia is already indulged in war and US has a good economy than Russia. But even though Russia is threatening USA because it uses geographical advantages like it launched its nuclear submarines near Cuba, which is near to USA, which is threatening USA because they took the advantages of geographical locations.
Gentlemen, I think 40. Let give a chance to 42 to speak.
I agree with chest number 1524 that the economy played a very important role in the building of the country. As in the building of every country, it three pillars. First is the human resource, second is the science and technology, and third one is the money. I haven't put that money in the last because it is least important, because it is the most important. Without it, the first two will not achieve main goals.
I would like to add one more point to 17 that he told that Russia is not that big economy than US. But if you look into the share of Russia's GDP, Russia is contributing 8% of its GDP just to defense. So basically, the money power is dominating the defense of Russia, as other countries are not giving or contributing that much to their GDP towards the defense sector, but Russia is doing that. That is why it's a difference.
Yes, gentlemen, I agree with you. As defense is directly dependent on economy. So if our economy is good, then defense is obviously good. But as of now condition, defense is also playing a main role in that.
If we talk about the Taiwan is not a superpower country. Neither Taiwan has a very high military resources. But due to the economic dominance in the semiconductor industry, America, even the countries like China, are depending on the Taiwan for the semiconductor industry, because Taiwan has the economical dominance on that particular industry.
It's a very good point added by chess number 5 that China's semiconductor market is totally dependent on Taiwan, and it is its biggest trade partner also. So
That is the reason China is trying to conquer the Taiwan.
Our security power should be good and our enemies and weapons also good. But if our not economy good, like for example, Pakistan economy is not going good, so this time Pakistan is not focused on the security power. So because of the economic condition, it is not in the superpower.
Yeah.
And I think India's and Pakistan case is different. India is doing significantly good in its GDP, and we need to now focus more on our security purposes, and more we need to focus on taking advantages of our geographical location. As we see, China is already surrounding India, and we need to take immediate actions on it.
And after being a great economy, we will be able.
Okay, what has happened? Most of you have covered the topics, and most topic which was discussed among was the economy, and very less people has gone about the geographic location and security. Now, in fact, security nobody has covered. Now, what happens if you discuss about elementary things which are there? It is not going to give you an advantage there as far as SSB is concerned. Now tell me in security what all could you have discussed in security? First is what modernized armed forces होना चाहिए कि नहीं होना चाहिए. First is that. Second, now what is happening? Shouldn't we have counter-terrorism measures or internal security is required or not required? If internal security is strong and the counter-terrorism measures are strong, won't our security be strong? Then, other than this, what we have, why it is called a peninsula? What is there around India? Water. So, what is the word for security? What is the word called? That is maritime security should be there. Then, what else? What else can be covered in the security?
Development on border.
No, huh?
Development on borders.
Okay, then what we are doing? If you have heard, yesterday only I had seen on WhatsApp, I don't know whether it is correct or not, that the metro which was there, it was the metro, they have exported the metro, you can say compartments to Australia. So that Atmanirbhar is also required. What is Atmanirbhar? What we are doing? Aren't we manufacturing different things inside in our country itself? Now, which country we have given some, कौन सी country को दिया किसी को?
Philippines.
Any one of you remember that it has been given to Philippines? Which was that ship? You should know क्या नाम है उसका? Understood? Now, what is happening? That we should become security and politically also, or the geography, because of the geography location, what is happening? Mauritius is threatening us कि अपने forces हटा लो वहाँ से. So what PM Modi had done? He had decided to develop a base at Lakshadweep. क्या कि नहीं कर रहा? So when you discuss these topics which are there, topics ऐसे discuss करो जो they give you advantage. Normal discuss करने से क्या होगा? Now come to geographic location की बात कर लो फिर. What is there in the geography? Where are we located? So many countries are there around us. Now, if you see, these are the three major ports which are affecting. So, जैसे we send goods to the Europe, Asia, and with other countries. Aren't we going now? Didn't PM Modi had discussed about the India Middle East corridor की बात करी थी कि नहीं करी थी? Why? So that the things can go faster, time will be less, and indirectly that will develop our economy. So you should discuss all these things which are there. What else can be there as far as the now? Won't we have regional influence? इतनी countries हमारे पास में. If we are strong, regional influence होगा कि नहीं होगा? Then don't we have natural resources? So if we have natural resources, if we utilize them, can't we give them to other countries which are there? And we now what is our main aim and why we are defending ourselves? Who is our rival? China is there. So how to counter China? That is because of the geographic location which is there. We have so many advantages which are there. If we geographical, which all countries are surrounding us? Which all countries are there? Starting from top, other than China, isn't it Bhutan? Isn't it Nepal? It is in Myanmar. Down below it is Sri Lanka also. It is Burma. Burma is called Myanmar. Bangladesh is there. So aren't we having good relations with these countries in our present government trying to improve relations with them? So what will happen that because of the geographic location, if we are countering our all countries which are there, we are countering China, and aren't we creating a buffer state? What is buffer state? What is the meaning of buffer state? So बीच में कुछ आ जाए. Earlier, what was happening? Between Pakistan and Russia, Afghanistan was the buffer state. So Afghanistan was controlled by whom earlier? By Russia. So even USA was Pakistan side couldn't do anything else. Okay. Now, what is the best part as far as our location is concerned? Don't we have a rich culture which is there? Culture and heritage. How can we exploit them? By how many people are visiting our country? So, isn't it the geographic location? People can come easily. Now, things like medical treatment, you take an example. What is happening in medical treatment? Medical treatment is cheaper than even America. People can come by air, get treated and go back, still it will be cheaper. So, when you, now you tell me one thing, whatever points you have discussed, जो मैंने बताया तुम लोगों ने कितने ने बोले इम्पोर्ट टॉपिक जो मैंने बताया हाँ मुश्किल से एक दो पॉइंट तुम लोगों ने बोले so when you do please go through this now what will happen once you go back देखो कि these points which are discussed note down these points मेरे पास में कहाँ से है मेरे में कौन सा एक्स्ट्रा दिमाग है I also मेहनत करके निकाले तुम भी निकालो no any topic which you discuss whether it was discussed by the first group जिसमें कुछ दूसरा टॉपिक डिस्कस हुआ था सेकंड ग्रुप अदर देन दिस द जनरल पॉइंट्स व्हिच आर देयर यू पीपल हैव एन हैबिट ऑफ जो बोल रहा है उसी की तरफ करते हो और यू वेर एवर यू फील कंफर्टेबल जब बोलते हो उसी की तरफ देखते हो यू शुड सी द कंप्लीट ग्रुप यू शुड एड्रेस द कंप्लीट ग्रुप और सबसे बातें करो एंड डोंट लाइक हियर आज के दिन क्या किया ये दे टोल्ड की टेस्ट नंबर 42 बोलेगा अरे एकदम झटका क्यों देते यार उसको ये नहीं करना don't do it in SSB also don't do it here let them speak themselves और एटलीस्ट अगर तुम्हें बहुत ही ज़्यादा चल रहा है यार मैं कुछ बोलूँ या दूसरों को पकड़ूँ यू शुड से ओके gentlemen some has not spoken let us have their viewpoints instead of pointing individually understood that should not be there एंड ये डोंट थिंक कि वो जीटीओ तुमसे ये बोलेगा कि मैं उससे बोलवाता हूँ तो वो he is not going to give you any advantage. The second point I have told you, if you say let's have views of others also, those who have not spoken, then yes, then it will have an advantage. Clear? Any questions? Anyone? Chalo, all the best.